Since 2000, we've seen a lot of changes to the 7th District. A lot of addition to counties such as Orange, Madison, Greene. A child bringing a loaded gun, and officials say, yes, that gun was loaded to Orange County Elementary School. In an ever-changing political climate, she says it hasn't been easy, but she got a lot done. The encampment here behind me received a notice to take down the tent. A little bit of a wet start to the Madison County Fair here, but the skies are clearing up and we're staying hopeful. It required a lot of people to push the car out and get them moving again. You'll no longer receive this warning in the mail here outside of Albemarle High School, in which a judge will determine Jones's fate behind bars. But there was a lot of animosity and strife that led up to August 12th, 2017, a day that changed Charlottesville forever. You can actually see the White House right over my shoulder there, accompanied by the national tree that just got lit up. Where the river behind me has actually risen quite a lot in the last couple of hours. Can't even see the mountain where the wildfire is currently located. Now, those haven't been confirmed if they were due to the winter storm. However, those numbers are expected to increase. But I'm also maybe a little bit stronger than the boys. I'm still feeling good because I'm surrounded by some beautiful lights. Well, it's good to be talking to you over 1,000 miles away here in Charlottesville, Virginia tonight. Although I did a pretty decent job clearing off the back windshield, it's actually the snow and ice on the roof of the car. Law professionals and legislators are studying how this could affect other states and what this decision means for the future of IVF. This right here is a copy of the deal from Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. in which he pled guilty to multiple charges, including 3 counts of first-degree murder. I spoke with CBS 19 legal analyst Scott Goodman and asked him the big question. Will Jones ever see life outside of prison ever again?
By entering into this plea agreement, calling for regular first-degree murder and not aggravated first-degree murder, there's the possibility that Mr. Jones could receive a sentence less than mandatory life.
In the plea deal, Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. pled guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of aggravated malicious wounding, and 5 counts of the use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. The big difference from Jones's original charges is the difference between aggravated murder, which in Virginia requires a mandatory life sentence without parole, versus regular first-degree murder that doesn't have a minimum sentence. CBS 19 legal analyst Scott Goodman says he still thinks a judge could sentence Jones to life.
I think it's going to be very unlikely for the judge to sentence him to less than life in prison simply because you have a heinous crime that took 3 young lives away from their families for no good reason.
Goodman says if that's not the case, Jones will have to serve 85% of his sentence before he would ever get out from behind bars.
For example, if this individual, Mr. Jones, ends up getting 50 years in prison overall, he would have to serve at least 42 years of that sentence before he could be released.
Though the plea deal does technically lessen the mandatory charges, Goodman says it saves the families from what they would endure at the trial.
It does spare the families the trauma of a trial, having to sit through days and days of testimony and having pictures of their dead children shown in court, the medical examiner reporting about the bullet wounds and the severe trauma to the body that these wounds caused.
His trial was originally set for January 22nd, 2025. Now, we also did confirm this afternoon Jones is set to have a public sentencing on starting February 4th, that is, of 2025, in which a judge will determine Jones's fate behind bars. Live on ground, Sarah Allen, CBS 19 News. Holding back tears.
I was looking at the money and be like, oh my goodness, I don't know about this.
Charlottesville High School senior Olga Salama remembers the days of college tours, where attending was a mere dream.
I don't see myself going to college. I don't deserve going to college.
But today, that all changed. Olga got the call that she was a recipient of the Allen Scholarship, a $40,000 scholarship which is donated by a local family to 4 CHS seniors each year. The selective scholarship will provide Olga with $10,000 for each year at a 4-year university. This is what the scholarship is all about, recognizing students like Olga for all of their hard work.
Their head is down, and they are working with their family, their jobs, their school, their clubs, everything else. And so the joy that we get is letting them put their head up and realize they're exceptional.
Olga, originally born in Burundi, Africa, says her upbringing and the courage her family had to come to the United States is just the beginning of her story.
On July 1st, 2021, that's when my family and I got to the United States, and our life was really changed.
Her family chose to start their new life in Charlottesville. Olga started not knowing a single word of English, and now she'll be the first of her family to go to college.
None of them went far in education. In this, I'm talking about my whole family.
With plans of studying medicine and a dream of becoming a nurse, Olga says she will not let her supporters down.
As they recognize me, they recognize my passion, I also recognize the value of their scholarship, of their support. And what I will do is that I'm going to do right to them.
And her message to her peers is keep their head up and keep pushing towards their goals.
Give your best, try for it. Even if you don't get it, keep trying.
By sharing their story, Olga and the Allen family want to inspire future generations of CHS students to consider applying for the scholarship themselves. And maybe they too can have their lives changed forever. In Charlottesville, Sarah Allen, CBS 19 News.